I like how the NBA. I know what they're doing. They want to do Knicks at Boston opening night. We got to watch the whole ring ceremony, the banner going up in Boston, rivalries galore. But it's fine. Like, do that because that's going to motivate us. Because the last couple of years on this show and many programs have been like, can the Knicks go far? Can they? Are they a competent franchise? What are they gonna do? Brunson, you got him. And he's like, is he gonna be an A player? Is Randall the guy? And you add the Mikal Bridges. You add you keep OG Anunoby.
OG Anunoby.
You get the Dante, to Josh Hart. You go to Game 7 last year at the Garden. You go to a Game 6 prior semis against Miami. So you're right at the door. And even guy like Big Perk, who's a big ambassador of the Knicks, is saying Knicks are going to have the best record not only in the East but also in the entire NBA. Which
he said entire NBA.
He said the entire NBA. So I'm thinking like, okay, is that possible? Sure, but they got to remain healthy because that was the Achilles heel last year because everybody was like, they're like 5-6 players out the lineup and you're getting scraps to play and they got to a Game 7. How that happened, I have no idea. But now you go into this year, you see what Boston did. You see what Philly did, putting Paul George on the roster and some other key components. They're revamping all these rosters. So Cassidy, the question is, are the Knicks still being disrespected to a degree, or, which I don't think so, how far can this team go? I'm thinking conference finals / dare I say, NBA finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that that's a surprising take. I mean, it's hard to bet against how loaded the roster is for the Knicks. I mean, they're loaded. And their depth actually matches Boston. But the thing is what gives Boston the edge is that they're the defending champions and they barely changed. They're pretty much still set. And so that's why they're the favorites to repeat. And we'll see how that team chemistry, evolves. That's like, it's been 6 seasons since the NBA had like a repeat finals winner. So, we haven't seen it in a while because the talent is so high in the NBA. But we'll see how personally Jason Tatum takes what happened in Team USA, and Jaylen Brown. I loved Joe Mazzulla as a sicko, but like I in spending so much time with Joe Mazzulla, I appreciate him so much. I think he's the type of guy that those two superstars like need, because he really, he kind of like spits the fire into them. And he's, gets them kind of focused on just playing the right way. I voted, Randy, you may not like this because I didn't have Brunson in my top 5 MVP. I actually had Tatum because being around Tatum, he made a lot of necessary changes to his game.
Sacrifices
to help his teammates flourish. And as the leader of that team, to me, like how you decipher MVP is different for everybody. But for me, understanding the workings of that locker room and them being the best team all year, start to finish, they really were. Can't argue with that. And I think he had a huge part to of all of that success. And I think people hold it against him because he wasn't, putting up huge numbers as if he was going ISO left and right. It was noticeable, the sacrifices he made. And to me, I valued that, but that is not in any way. I wish I could have had Brunson in there as well. It's just some of the numbers of the guys ahead of him were hard to argue with. So, yeah. Do I feel like the Knicks are disrespectful? No, I think they have a lot of pressure on them heading into the season. I think they were the most exciting team in the playoffs, hands down. There was no other team that I think people enjoyed watching in the playoffs more than them. Other than the fan bases that they were playing.